Awesome. Sylvia Watson just popped in. She's with Yamnuska. I know she has some IGTV questions. So Jackie and Haley, I'm glad you guys are here because I would be like, I don't know. Sunshine, did you have any particular questions that you kind of wanted us to address today?
Actually, I think Allie sent me a quick note, but is there an easy way to share Instagram posts, like just repost them like in Facebook, or is it like you need to create a new post and then copy the info over?
Okay, so there are like a bunch of different ways you can do it. So there are some apps, Sunshine, that you can use to repost them. Essentially, I haven't used a repost app, but I'm assuming it's pretty straightforward. A lot of companies use them. Another way to do it is you can actually go into your web browser to the post.
Yeah.
And if you right click on the post, let me just open it so I can visually walk through it as well. So I'm just gonna screen share just so you can see what I'm doing. How about that?
Yeah.
Okay, so here's a lovely picture. Say I want to reshare this picture. I'll click on it. Oh, I don't know if it'll. Sure, I'll click on this picture of the Queen. Looks great.
Yeah.
I'm going to right click and then I'm going to save page as.
Yeah.
And then I'll just save it as whatever it is, or if you want to keep track of what you're saving, you can rename it if you want to.
Yeah.
And so that will go into my that'll go into my downloads. And here it is. So you can see that like it saves kind of everything from the last few days.
I think you switched screens, but your screen sharing didn't switch.
Okay.
Sorry.
Here we go. Can you see it now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Sorry. So here, it's in my downloads. Here's the file. I click on that file. Here are all the images from the last few days that that account posted.
Wow.
So I can just take this image. Here's the one that I wanted of the Queen looking awesome. And then I can just take that image and I can airdrop it to my phone or email it to myself, however I want to use it to upload it to Instagram. And then if I go back over to here, I can just, where'd the post go? I can just find the caption and I can just copy it.
Right.
And then I can just paste it in a text message to myself. And then in the text, when I post that image, I'll put like reshared and then like put the account underneath. Just always make sure that you tag the account that you took it from.
Right.
Just so people know where it originated.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yep.
So, Sunshine, yeah. There's not really an easy way. There are repost tools that or apps that you can use, but they're not great. It's better in terms of engagement to create the post yourself and then tag the original creator. Later.com does a good job of making it possible to curate that content and then share it directly within the app. So you're not switching from your phone, to your computer back and forth, right? Which costs time. So.
Yeah. Okay. I understand now why Facebook would make it hard for resharing on Instagram, because that's what they're doing.
And are you wanting to share Instagram post on Facebook, or what are you wanting to do?
No, just straight Instagram on Instagram. Okay. So, yeah. So I wanted to take our Making Tonight and reshare it, but I figured that I would put the pieces together and make a post?
If you click the little airplane emoji underneath the photo, you can also share it to your story that way. You can't share it to your feed, but you can always share it to your story in addition to sharing it on your feed.
Awesome. Thanks.
Yeah. Sylvia, did you have any questions that we can answer?
Yeah. Hi, Sylvia.
Hey, Steph, how you doing?
We're good. Nice to see you. I don't see you. Do you have video? Where are you?
I do. Is it not on? Oh, there we go. It's
Hi.
sorry.
Hey.
There we go. Back on. Yeah. So for Yamnaska, we're in the process of putting together. We're going to be doing a weekly educational series.
Cool.
Guides talk kind of thing, and looking at we're doing it on Facebook Live and recording it, hoping to share it on YouTube as well as IGTV.
Mm-hmm.
But with the little bit that I know or been reading about with Instagram TV is that it's better to keep it significantly shorter if you're not doing it live, is my understanding. And then it talks about like this 10-minute limit versus if you have a verified audience going longer, and just some of the details around that, I guess.
Yeah, so you can, as far as I knew, there wasn't really a limit. I know that there's a 10-minute limit on IGTV, but I thought that they had took that away.
Oh, your video as well it has to be longer. It can't be a short video.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Videos have to be longer?
Yeah, it has to be, I think it's over 30 or 60 seconds. I don't know off the top of my head right now.
Yeah, it does have to be a long form. And it says here that IGTV maximum video length is 60 minutes.
Right. But is there sort of, from your experience, would it be preferable to edit the video more, shorten it to be like closer to that 10-15 minute 10?
Yeah, that's best practice. I mean, if you think about how long you're going to sit there and watch a video for, I mean, unless it's like an action-packed movie, you're going to get pretty antsy after 10 minutes. Okay. Technically, you should be capturing the audience's attention and keeping it every 7 to 10 seconds. So having a video that's 60 minutes long of just like a long drawn out conference, like you just want to show like the highlights. Give them the highlight reel.
Okay. Is there any software you recommend using to edit down Facebook Live recordings?
Are you editing on your computer or are you editing on your phone?
Probably on my computer.
And are you a Mac?
I have both.
Okay. iMovie is really simple and quick to edit. Haley and I use Premiere Pro, but QuickTime is on every Mac, iMovie is on every Mac. Yeah. And it's just really easy to use. There's some sounds and stuff in there. You can create a pretty nice video through iMovie. So because you have it at your fingertips, it might be worthwhile just to use that one.
Okay.
If you're editing on your phone, there is an app called Splice, which is also really easy to use. But if you're doing it on your laptop, it's a lot easier.
Yeah.
What about editing in say in like TikTok, Jackie? Like, what do you think about using TikTok style edits on IGTV? Do you think that would do okay?
Yes, because the features on TikTok are like incredible. I don't know why IGTV doesn't have any of the features that TikTok has. Like it would just make so much sense to have those features on the platform. Mm-hmm. I think the editing and filming power of TikTok is amazing. So, I mean, if you wanted to film separately on TikTok, the only thing is that you have to post on TikTok to save the video.
Okay.
Like you can absolutely post it as private, but you have to post the video to be able to save it to your phone.
Hi, Holly.
Okay.
Hey, sorry, I'm having a little problem with my back. Just trying to fix it.
Need to apologize.
Thanks, Siri.
You guys hear me or not?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, perfect. Okay, I'll try to figure out my try to figure that out in a second.
Sylvia, did we answer your question?
Yeah, I think so. I haven't used TikTok much, but I'll take a look at that as well and see if we can use that to maybe video as well.
Honestly,
yeah.
I was really against TikTok in the beginning because it was such a young audience, and I was just like, I don't feel right about like advertising to such a young audience. But given the current situation with everything going on, I think that the age range of the audience has actually gotten a bigger spread. So you might find, Sylvia, that TikTok is a really great way to get in front of a bigger audience because your audience is going to grow so quickly. It's actually insane.
Really? Okay. I was going to say my kids have talked about TikTok, but
yeah,
I'm not familiar with it as well.
My grandkids.
It's fun.
And get them to help you. Like, I mean,
Yeah.
Your kids can help you. Like, if you can put together videos on TikTok, you'll grow your audience really quickly because I can't remember the stats, but I think there's like 15 billion users on TikTok.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So, and that blows every other platform out of the water.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect. That's great. Thank you.
Yep. Awesome. Holly, I think you had some questions too.
Well, just because I'm sorry, I came in a little bit late there. So I guess I just in general, you know, I think I expressed that we are interior designers. So we do a lot of interior design work, but then we also have a small retail portion too. And so what we struggle with the most is timing, is being able to get everything done, you know, because we want to obviously have a good digital platform. We have lots of photos and that kind of thing, but then, yeah, I just would love to have like an efficient, streamlined system, you know, that we could just stick to and then just keep our digital social media, everything just really consistent. And I find that's the biggest struggle, is the consistency of it.
Maybe, can I take the first crack at this one, you guys? So if I hear you correctly, Holly, what you're saying is, first, let me actually say you have a beautiful website.
Oh,
and
thank
you have a beautiful Instagram grid. I love both of them. I think you're doing an amazing job there. Jackie and Haley can take a peek and have a look at the content and the hashtags and stuff and maybe give you some suggestions there. But is your question, like, when you create your blog, or when you create your website content, what is the order of operations? Meaning, do I post on my website first? Do I send my newsletter first? Do I schedule my events and my social media first? What do I do first? Or is your question more about like saving time on social media specifically?
Both, I would say, probably. So
Okay.
I think both would be helpful. Yeah.
Okay. So when you're writing website content in the form of either a blog or whatever that might be, I want you to write that content with both your newsletter and your social media in mind. Meaning that blog is going to have 3 or 4 little snippets, like I call them nuggets, right? Or snackable content that you can pull out and very easily turn into social media posts. Then what you're going to do is you are going to distribute that blog in your newsletter. Okay. And you're going to create a bunch of social media posts, which again, bring people back to your blog. The idea is that the website is the hub and that you're using all of these different distribution tools to bring people back to your hub. So your blog is content, and it's helpful content that people might be looking for. Okay. So I listen to CBC every morning and every night, just the radio version, not the CBC app where you can watch the news. And they've had a cleaner who's come on, basically, I would say at least twice now, and talk about, you know, cleaning tips for your home. And it's been great. Like, I think the last session she had was about how to actually clean your windows. And my husband was like, vinegar and newspaper, vinegar and water. And I was like, no, it's Dawn soap and a squeegee. Anyway, I was right. So just wanted to say I was right. Yeah, so for example, that sort of stuff, like you could think about what people are doing at home, what information they're looking for at home. And right now, in terms of the type of content to post, you almost need to pivot and be educational and be DIY, right? You want to focus on brand awareness at a time when people can't necessarily walk into your beautiful showroom and see all that you have to offer. Mm-hmm. So work on building your audiences, work on growing your network, work on brand awareness through educational content.
Okay.
Haley
Perfect.
or Jackie, do you guys want to add to that?
I would just say I took a little look at your Instagram while Steph was having a chat with you there. You are using hashtags, which is really great. I'm just looking at it now. That's why it looks like I'm not looking at you. Yeah, you are using great hashtags, but I would just suggest if you want to kind of get more attention right now, you should be using almost the maximum amount of hashtags instead of just using under 10 or under 15.
Okay.
The more targeted hashtags that you can use, you're just going to reach a broader audience. And definitely try and mix up your hashtags per post.
Okay.
I see that you are kind of doing that a bit, but just
not too much. I use up a lot of the same over and over again, so that's good to know.
Yeah, like I would say just try and expand them a little bit. Like the one here with the super cute reusable paper towels and everything, which I'm probably going to come buy from you now because they're really great.
Can you screen share, Jackie, so we can see what you're looking at?
Yeah.
I want to see them too.
Let me.
And what is your status? Are you open for curbside, or what does it look like for you right now?
Yeah, curbside, and we're doing some shipping.
Okay.
And then we're also doing also delivery in Canmore.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Perfect. Well, you'll be delivering some things to me later today, I'm assuming.
Good. Perfect.
But yeah, like as you can see here, like you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, like you used 8 hashtags. Mm-hmm. You have a really great product offering here, and I think that the only other store in town that might have options like this, I think that Bare Minimum is open now. Mm-hmm. Maybe Alberta's Own, I think, might have some things, but I'm not sure. I didn't see them last time I was in. But you can definitely expand these hashtags. You do have some good ones here, but like, I mean, play on that sustainable thing, like sustainable everything, like any hashtag you can use that has sustainable in it, put it in there.
Earth Day. It's Earth Day.
It's Earth Day today. So if you're going to do a sustainable post, I would use Earth Day today.
Thank you.
And then, yeah, just the same with these ones for your interior design ones, like use all of the hashtags possible. Okay. Like I would even just use hashtag wallpaper, like hashtag bar, because there's wine glasses and stuff here, like anything in the photo that you can relate the hashtags to. Okay. Just do it, like go crazy. You have up to 30, so why not use all of them to your advantage?
Yeah. Okay, that sounds good.
Yeah, and tagging as well. So I know you sell Gus furniture. You can tag them in the posts. Start tagging like the faucets that you're using, the brand, if it's Delta or things like that. And then you can also tag for more of your staged looks, maybe tag apartment therapy and those sort of accounts, and then they can share them as well if you start to pick up some traffic on it.
Okay, that's great. Thank you.
And I know you did have a question about Steph. I don't know if you directed her to use Later or Planoly or anything like that for her scheduling. Holly, we use Later. It's a really great free tool that you can use for your account.
For Instagram in particular?
Pardon me?
Are you talking about for Instagram?
You can use it for Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter.
Okay, I've been using Econosquare,
Okay.
but I do pay for it. So if yours is free, maybe that would be better.
Yeah, Later is free and you can store all of your media in there. You can do hashtag research right in Later. So if you type in, I'll just show you again so that you can see what I'm talking about. Let me just pull it up here. Okay. So here is, we're on downtown Canmore, Beth. So say I wanted to create a post for the
Since she's
first.
downtown, it's only fair.
So say I just wanted to use, I don't know, just say I wanted to use this picture here. So as soon as I drag and drop it, this is a shared image. So Sunshine, this is what you were asking me about before. This is how later, when I pull content that I'm sharing, it comes up with the whole caption and all the information.
Right.
So if I were just creating this from scratch, Holly, I have no idea, just say what the hashtags I want to be in this photo. So I go here to hashtag suggestions.
Oh, okay, cool.
And then, so say this was a design post, I could put in interior design.
Mm-hmm.
And then I go to suggest, and it'll give me 30 hashtags that have to do with interior design.
Oh, that's
So
smart.
there's all your hashtags right there if you wanted to use all 30.
Okay.
So that's a really great tool. The other option is once you have those hashtags in place, you can save it as a caption for later. So if I wanted to do, just for example, this would save and this would just be like my branded hashtags.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'd save that caption. And so as you can see here, I have a whole bunch for downtown Canmore. They just save there, and then when I click it, it'll come over and it'll add them all in for me. So it's kind of like saving you keystrokes, and you can save a whole bunch of different ones so you're not using the same hashtags all the time. That will save you a lot of time in the long run.
Yeah, that's cool. Okay.
So that's how you do it. Cool.
I was going to say, that's really interesting.
Now you know.
Now I know. Now I know Jackie's secret. I have a question regarding, so we have a business downtown who doesn't even realize she has a Facebook page. And so I guess like I'm, said, well, you do. And the website that she is connected to, and she is open for pickup and delivery, etc. And the website that she has is actually connected to their national website. So, and she doesn't even know this. Like she said, I don't even know what you're talking about. So how would you suggest I help her along, or should I just, because I think she's pretty desperate right now.
Mm-hmm. Maybe she would benefit from a one-on-one coaching session, Steph.
Is it that she doesn't, it's hard to know without knowing which business it is.
I
What
know.
industry is she in?
It's yeah, I'll talk to you offline. I was
Okay.
just trying to, I think that there's a few folks like that. I know one of my businesses downtown, she just does Instagram, but she probably, for the type of business she has, she probably should also be doing Facebook.
Yeah.
So
like, again, if we think about webs as our website as being our hub of all operations, regardless of how active we are on Instagram, we still see the majority of our traffic coming to our website from Facebook, sometimes from Pinterest. But Instagram is really just not set up in a way to drive people off platform. It is not set up in a way, unless you have more than 10,000 followers, hint, hint, Sylvia, get your notes out, to start really driving website traffic in the form of whether it's an e-commerce sale or just even driving website traffic on its own. So Instagram is amazing for certain things, right? Getting your content in front of new audiences, but and shoppable posts but it's not necessarily the best tool for driving website traffic. So if this particular individual isn't doing any marketing at all to tell the world about things being open, I think they have a bigger problem than, you know, just only being open for pickup and delivery. Like there might need to be a bit of a come to Jesus kind of talk there, and just
Yeah.
you know, helping her understand where the opportunities are, because it's going to be a pretty steep learning curve, right?
Yeah, and I think that the pivoting, the reality to pivot is just starting to
Okay.
hit, and I
Sure.
think a lot of businesses now are starting to understand that this is not going to, like, everything's not going to open in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
You know, it started like, oh, well, I'll reopen at the end of April. Oh, I mean, at the beginning of April. And then it was Easter, and then it's end of April. And it's the realization is that this is going to be a longer thing.
Yeah.
And people are panicking. And if it's someone that is older, that isn't used to using any of these particular digital platforms, it probably is seeming really overwhelming. So I think what I'll do is I'll talk to her and say, you know, and maybe this is where the downtown can help some of these folks get, you know, towards the mini micro grants or whatever to sort of help get them started type of thing.
Absolutely. Yeah. I think that's a great idea, Beth.
Okay.
Well, I know we're 3 minutes over here, you guys. Did anyone have any further questions or anything like that? Otherwise, we'll probably just start to wrap things up.
I have a quick question just in what you said, that Instagram does not drive traffic to websites, but do you feel that Facebook does?
Yes. Yep. For your business, you probably would see the majority of your website traffic actually coming in from Pinterest.
Okay, which I don't even do. I mean, I do Pinterest. I don't do it for our business, so.
Yeah. Create boards, create a business account.
Okay.
Lots and lots and lots of opportunity there. A pin is going to last for about 3 months, 90 days, and still be relevant. All those blogs that you can create, you can link as rich pins in your Pinterest account as well.
Okay, great.
Whereas a Facebook post lasts about 90 minutes in terms of showing up in people's feeds, right? So it's definitely a really, really good tool. Coming up for us, what we have Make In Tonight coming on Friday, which Sunshine is part of as well. And Make In Tonight is the first of its kind in terms of an organic grocery pickup delivery paired with a virtual chef-led cooking, dining, and review experience, which is, you know, we're still working on how to talk about this show. But literally it's going to be a cooking show paired with some crazy other things that are going to be happening that not even anybody knows about except Sunshine and I. So you have to tune in.
It's a virtual dinner party.
It is. That's a good way to put it. Cool.
Yeah.
That's a great
So
way
executive chefs from around the Bow Valley. This week is the Malcolm Hotel.
Yeah.
And their executive chef is going to teach how to cook chicken cacciatore. And we'll feed in news and things. So, you know, whether it's Yamnuska, if you want to do a indoor hike, you know, while we're waiting for cooking.
Yeah.
Set the tent up and just
Stuff like that. We figure it's something kind of fun and interesting and can support our local businesses and keep them kind of in the foreground while we're all dealing with what am I going to cook tonight.
Yeah. North Nick, that's actually a great idea for you guys. If you had some products you wanted to get like placed in the show, like we're open to anything at this point. So we're just trying to keep it exciting. So if that's something that's of interest to you, we would love to chat with you further about that.
Yeah.
Molly, this is just a random brainstorm thought.
Yeah.
But so last night, really late at night, my partner Linda had said something about like, I don't know about the lighting. And I said, you know, the lighting is actually working for these Zoom broadcasts that and talks. Like I have 3 lights placed and et cetera, et cetera. It just occurred to me that the backdrops and the interiors of rooms in people's houses where they do these Zoom meetings is actually kind of important. And if you can help people, so I'm looking, if you see my background, it's my condo, but it follows the same rules or kind of like framing as the coffee house background that you guys have in your virtual background. So I was just wondering if maybe North Nick can start to post little, you know, like how to create little stages or
like
Zoom
nice
sets
Yeah.
in
Zoom
your
sets.
houses.
Zoom
Because
sets.
so the best one I've seen is actually Bill Gates right now, of course. But Bill Gates has a camera that's set up right, has good lighting. It's in his library. Like it looks like pre-COVID. Whereas other newscasters are using virtual backgrounds and like, you know, big ones like NBC or whatever. And you're starting to see the difference of how people present themselves just with a little thought. And it just occurred to me when you were chatting, it's just like, but you guys do interiors, backgrounds. So if you take a look at, you know, how to look good on Zoom, some of those tutorials, and then make your business relevant to that, I think it'd be super interesting.
That's great.
No, that's a great idea. I notice a lot of people right now are doing like reorganizing your shelves and things like that for people, you know, because everyone's just hanging around in their home. So there's a lot on Instagram and stuff of like, this is how you know, manage your shelves or whatever. But I like the Zoom one because it's because it applies to businesses more, which is nice as well.
Okay.
Is that all right? If no one else has any comments or questions, I'll say thank you very much. I hope to see you on Macon tonight. Our next coffee house will be next Wednesday. I think we're going to try a little bit more of a different brand for next Wednesday. It's going to be more of a Carmella chat. And the format's still the same, like nothing's going to change. So if you have more questions, feel free to come in, or if you thought this was helpful, like tell your friends, that would be appreciated. And then I don't know if I mentioned or not, but our next masterclass is on May 5th. So there'll be more details coming out about that. Jackie or Haley, did I forget anything? No, nope. Just huge gratitude to you, Sunshine, Beth, Sylvia, and Holly for tuning in today. Really appreciate you guys taking the time to be here, and I hope it was helpful for you. Thanks again.
I'm going to have to get a better background because I'm fading into it with my gray hair.
Not enough fast.
Awesome.
Yeah, thanks so much, you guys. That was really, really helpful.
Okay, thanks.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.